presenting the transcription feature, Superman.
The sky! Look, it's a plane!
It's a plane! It's Superman!
And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who came to Earth with physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who fights a never-ending battle against crime and injustice, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a large metropolitan newspaper. 3 questions remain to be answered in the mystery Superman, as Clark Kent is now trying to solve. 1, where did Miss Sidney Rycroft, British explorer, disappear to? 2, who is the man who claimed he was Sidney Rycroft? And 3, where is the sacred black pearl of Osiris, the sacred object which evidently has caused all the trouble? But first, there is a minor mystery which needs clearing up, the mystery of the disappearing theater. And as our last episode ended, Clark Kent was about to solve it. As you remember, we left Kent, Jimmy, and Tumbleweed Jones outside the darkened theater where Kent and Jimmy once attended that momentous performance given by the magician known as the Great Gambini. As we join them now, Kent is just opening the front door of the theater with a key he has somehow managed to obtain. Listen.
What I'd like to know, Mr. Kent, is where you got the key to this theater.
I'm kind of hankering to know that myself, Kent.
Well, Tumbleweed, Jimmy, I'll let you in on something. The other day, I paid a visit to the National Theater Alliance. They're the people who own this theater, among others.
What'd you go to see them for?
Well, I thought they might be able to throw some light on what happened here a week or so ago. All I wanted to find out was whether or not there had actually been a performance here the night we saw the Great Gambini.
That sure is a mystery. You and Jim watch a performance of the Great Gambini in this here theater. The Great Gambini makes Miss Rycroft vanish. Then when you and Laughing Squirrel here go backstage to find out why she didn't reappear, you meet a watchman who tells you there ain't been no performance here for years, that the Great Gambini died a long time ago, and that you've both been imagining things.
Yes, but don't forget, Tumbleweed, that the man who claimed he was Sidney Rycroft was also the man who masqueraded as the Great Gambini. Mr. Kent says so.
That's right, Jim. The man who called himself Sidney Rycroft was also the man we saw on the stage of this theater as the Great Gambini.
Well, that's all past history now, Kent. What did you find out from them theater people?
Well, they told me that this theater had been leased for one night. The night we saw Gambini perform, by a man named Theodore Kelk.
Sure is a queer name.
It was obviously invented. From the description I got of the man, he's none other than our old friend again. The man who claimed to be Sidney Rycroft.
That fella seems to have had a hand in everything.
Yes, Jimmy. As a matter of fact, we'll probably find that he's been at the bottom of this entire mystery. But I learned something else. Something that immediately gave me the solution to the whole problem.
What was that, Mr. Kent?
There's another theater just behind this one, also owned by the Theater Alliance. This theater fronts on 50th Street. The theater just behind it fronts on 49th Street. That theater was also leased for one night by the same Theodore Kelk.
So what? Seems to me that just makes it more complicated.
Yeah.
No, on the contrary, it simplifies the entire problem. Solves the mystery of the disappearing theater completely. Look, let me show you. Now, here's the orchestra of the theater we saw the Great Gambini performing. Does it look familiar to you, Jim?
It sure does. And it's not covered with dust or cobwebs either. Hey, look at that curtain. It certainly isn't in tatters or shreds.
Good. Now then, suppose we reenact exactly what happened the night of Gambini's performance. Gambini puts Miss Rycroft inside a large black box and makes the box disappear.
Yeah, and then he says goodnight and the curtain comes down.
That's right. Then Mr. Kent and I get up, push our way through the crowd that's leaving, and go around to the stage door on the side.
Okay, let's go around to the stage door. We'll go out the front way. Come on.
I sure don't see how you're going to make sense out of this here, Kent. Hog time E for a local cayuse. I wish nothing had happened to that plane. I wish I was back at the ranch right now.
Yeah, that was a funny thing. That plane trying to shoot down the airliner you were riding in.
Yeah, what was a lot funnier was a message I got from the Whisperer, warning me not to take that plane.
The Whisperer? That's another thing that's got to be answered. Who is the Whisperer?
Well, all these questions will be answered in due time, Jim. Right now, here's the alley leading to the stage door of this theater. Let's go down.
Yeah, there's the light that was burning over the stage door. Hey, it isn't burning now.
Right. Now, Jim, you and I came running down here in a great hurry, saw the light burning over this door, and rushed in, right?
Right.
And in doing so, Jim, we went through the wrong door.
Yes, and then we... What did you say?
I said we went through the wrong door, just as it was planned for us to do.
Oh, I don't get it, Mr. Kent. There's only one door.
No, Jimmy. No, there are two doors. This door leads to the theater on 49th Street, the theater adjoining the one we saw the performance in.
In other words, we ran into the wrong theater.
We were lured into the wrong theater, Jim, by a clever plan.
No, just a minute, Kent. You said there was 2 doors. Where's the other one?
Right here, adjoining this door.
Well, I don't see no door. Well, all I see is an empty billboard attached flush to the wall.
Exactly, Tumbleweed. And if you look at the wall just above that billboard, you'll see a place where a light used to be. But the light's been removed.
By jingo, Mr. Kent, you're right. Then the door to the theater in which we saw the performance must be behind that billboard.
Let's pull that board down from there and have a look. Give me a hand here, Tumbleweed.
Wait a minute. Here's the stick we can use to pry it on.
All right, good.
Okay, let's go.
Look, there's the door, all right. Gosh, Mr. Kent, you were right. When we rushed back here to question the great Gambini, we ran into the wrong theater.
All a plan to fool us, Jimmy. And it did. Let's leave this hidden door and go into the other one and see if we were right. I think we'll find that door open. Yes.
Sure looks as if we were right. The dust on the floor. Cobwebs all over the place.
Uh-huh.
So this is how it was done.
Yes, Jim, this is how it was done.
Oh, I sure never thought we'd find an answer to it. I kind of felt it would take Superman himself to figure this one out. But it's all so simple, isn't it?
Everything is simple when you have the answer to it.
Yeah? Well, see if you can find a simple answer to this one. Why did the fella that planned all this go to such trouble? What reason did he have?
Well, I think it's quite obvious, Tumbleweed, that he wanted to convince either Jimmy and me or someone else that Miss Sidney Rycroft did not exist. That there was no such person as Sidney Rycroft.
Okay, but I still say, why?
Well, when I have the answer to that, I'll have the solution to the entire mystery. Now, I suggest that we take it...
Wait, what was that?
That sounded like a door closing somewhere in the theater. Kent, you don't reckon as how there may be somebody in this here now theater, do you?
Funny, I heard that door shut, too.
Doorway. Listen, what was that? Doorway. Leave the theater at once.
Suffering coyotes, it's a whisper. Where'd that whisper come from?
This theater echoes so much it's hard to say. Wait, listen.
Doorway. Do as I say. Leave the theater at once.
Tumbleweed, Jim, that spiral staircase leading up to the dressing rooms above us. The whisper is coming from there. Follow me.
Doorway. Don't stay in this.
Come on.
Hurry up, Kent, hurry up. That whisper stopped.
Whisper heard us coming.
Well, whoever it is, I don't think he can get away. There. We're at the top now. Here's the row of dressing rooms. Just look at the floor, gentlemen.
Footprints in the dust.
Whisper didn't reckon on leaving an easy-to-follow trail like that. Why, a blind Indian could follow that trail.
Yes, and it leads right into that dressing room.
You got a gun, Kent?
No, but no harm pretending I have. Whoever you are, we know you're inside that dressing room. Now come out quietly or I'll come in shooting. You heard me. We know you're in there.
Yeah, go ahead, Kent. Let him have it.
Come on out or you're a dead man.
Well, what did John mean?
I think you meant dead woman, Mr. Kent.
Holy mackerel. It's Miss Rycroft. Miss Sidney Rycroft.
What are you doing here? How did you get here?
Yeah, and what's the idea of calling yourself the Whisperer? You know, I thought those female tried
Listen,
to...
I wanted to protect you as much as I could. At the same time, I didn't want you to know it was I. Hiding my identity saved me the bother of wasting time and answering needless questions. That's why I called myself the Whisperer.
Yes, but...
There's no time for further questions, Mr. Kent. We've got to leave this theater at once.
Now, wait a minute, Miss
Yes,
Rycroft.
please listen to reason. Only the life of your friend Tumbleweed has been in danger these past few days. But now, at this very moment, the lives of all of us are in danger if we don't act quickly. We've got to get out of this theater and at once.
I reckon it's how we better skedaddle.
All right, let's go. But I warn you now, Miss Rycroft, you're not getting away this time before you've answered a good many questions.
I'll tell you anything you want to know after we get out of here. Now come, quickly.
Gee, Miss Rycroft, I wish you'd explain about what happened at your hotel. When Mr. Kent went back to see you there, the desk clerk said you'd never been registered there, and that what Mr. Kent thought was your room was actually a room used for storing cleaning
Oh,
things.
questions. I arranged all that myself, Jimmy. I felt that Mr. Kent was becoming much too involved, endangering his life and all the rest of it. So I bribed the desk clerk and a number of the hotel employees to arrange everything. And in that way, I stepped out of Mr. Kent's life completely. Or so I hoped. It was then that Tumbleweed got himself into such a mess.
Yeah, how come everybody's after me? What did I do?
Never mind that now. Here's the stage door. Let's get out.
Yes, we'd better...
What is it, Mr. Kent? Something wrong?
Plenty. This door is locked.
Then let's break it down.
It's a metal door, Tumbleweed, and I'm inclined to think it's barred from the other side.
It would take Superman himself to break through this door.
Well, he ain't none of us Superman, so it looks like we're trapped.
Oh, we've got to get out. There must be other doors.
And all of them locked, no doubt.
Listen to me, and please believe me. If we don't get out of this theater, we'll all of us be dead in less than 15 minutes.
Why? Come on, Miss Rycroft. You'd better let us in on whatever you know. What were you doing here to begin with? Why did you come to this theater tonight? Who's responsible for locking this door? And
many questions.
What?
So little time left to answer them.
Tony, say, that's that there slanty-eyed hombre that was helping out the head of all those Egyptians.
Batik, my name, Effendi. You refer to my master, Humi.
That's the feller. That's the one what shot me with Miss Rycroft's girl.
what are you up to? What's going on here?
My master will explain.
Huh?
Come, people. My master, Humi, and if I may say so, death awaits you all.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Come. And no trick, please. I have gun, and I know how to shoot it.
Coyotes. Sure takes Superman himself to get us out of this.
Yes, Jimmy is right. Here is a situation that needs Superman. But can Clark Kent reveal himself? How will he manage to come to the aid of his friend? By what clever trick will he turn the tables? Well, it looks as if we'll soon have the complete answer to our mystery, so be sure to hear the next episode of our thrill-packed story with Superman.
And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman. Up in the sky, look! It's a plane! It's a plane! It's Superman! Superman is a copyright